Hi, I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the delay. There was a few technical problems there with the old mic. I'm not sure what's going on with the other computer, but we're here. And as you can see from the title of the video, it was David Goffin that I've gone with to talk about today after watching his match earlier. And the bad run continues, which I'm really shocked with how badly David Goffin's been playing. And don't want to say I predicted it, but Norbert Gombos went through. We sort of both agreed, though, didn't we?
Yeah, no, I went for Goffin. I thought he would be all right today. I thought maybe his run would come to an end of just keep losing. I feel a bit sorry for him. Obviously, he's come out after the match and said mentally and physically he's not really at the races. This virus has seriously affected him. I'm not sure if he's actually had the virus or not.
Yeah, he did have the virus.
He did have the virus, so he's not really, since recovering from it, doesn't look like he's really got up to speed. He said he's obviously he's not playing again now this year. So all his focus is on 2021, and I'm sure we're going to see him back playing good tennis because this guy is a serious competitor. He's like, 12th in the world, 13th in the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's so sad to see, isn't it? I mean, he's one of the greatest players of this generation, really. And he's always mixing it with the best players. You see him having great matches against Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. And to see him losing to Gombos in the way that he did, really, it was just a bit sad. And he looked like he was finally coming back in that he was a break up in the second set. And, just...
Well, even in the tie break, he was up, I believe. I don't know if he had a set point or not, but he was certainly up in it and just gave it away. You've got to say well played to Gombos, but looking at the statistics... it's 3 set points. Looking at the statistics, I think both players didn't play particularly good. I know, I don't know if you've got the unforced error count up, but I think Goffin hit 49 unforced errors and... Gombos was right up there with 30 odd or so. So it seemed to be full of a lot of errors. Obviously, Goffin on the wrong side of more of them, but
it wasn't. It wasn't pretty tennis. Let's put it that way. Gombos really dug it out and was able to just get that victory. But for someone like him, I think this is his first win against somebody inside the top 20. So just really, really impressive from him, and he's not been looking bad. He's been looking good. He's always somebody, like we said last time, we keep an eye on him, don't we?
Yeah, but I didn't think he played particularly well against Goffin. He just did what he had to do. Goffin would have lost to a lot of players worse than a Gombos, in my opinion, today.
He turned it up, I think, in certain points. I think it was definitely, that's not David Goffin. That's not the one we know anyway. No. That's just a shell of the David Goffin who has just been competing at the highest level. I just want to see him back and fighting, being the great David Goffin next year. He's got all this time to go off, recover, practice, get himself mentally straight.
I'm sure he will be though, mate. He's going to be there in 2021 and he'll be raring to go for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to hope so because he's one.
Anyway, it's good for you, mate. You got an extra point. You needed the point.
It looks like you're struggling. I can't believe it. The one when everybody watches this draw prediction, and then that's the one where I've given the worst picks. I think Gombos was probably my saving grace, and I was just looking. Well, obviously, right now we've got this incredible match which is going on at the moment, which is between my two guys, which I've got my dark horse and my favourite playing each other. And Ugo Humbert, he was so close to winning. He had, I believe it was 3 match points in that second set tiebreak. And Tsitsipas, held his serve. And then believe it was a double fault on the last match point. Just really sad to see. But Humbert playing so well. And I've been so impressed with him. I was pretty surprised to hear a statistic that before that tiebreak loss, it won 9 tiebreaks in a row. That's really impressive. So it goes to show how mentally strong Tsitsipas had to be there.
I think Tsitsipas's record in tiebreaks is like 11. He's won 11, lost 9. So his record is not as good as Humbert, but managed to come through it in the craziest of fashion. Like you say, obviously saving them 3 match points.
Yeah.
But it's a bit shame we're doing the podcast now. We couldn't do it a little bit later, so we could watch the end of that match. But it looks like now Tsitsipas has broken back in the third, and we're on serve.
Yeah. I know. I thought it was going to be. I'm going to have to quickly change the title of the podcast just before, and then suddenly those match points all went by the wayside, and we're here in a third set. And
personally, I think Tsitsipas. I think he's going to close it out off from now. Like coming back from where he's been, I think he should be okay to get through this. But I've not watched the match, I'll be honest, but I've seen some of the highlights and some of the shots Humbert's playing was crazy.
Some of the rallies, some of the
break points specifically in the third set. I don't know if you've seen it. I just saw it pop up on my Twitter. Wow. Brilliant, yeah. Honestly. It looks like Tsitsipas won the point and he's just managed to pull off this spectacular backhand down the line just to force the break.
Yeah, I think it's just been a really even affair as well. Tsitsipas has been serving so well, and he's really been just like throwing the gauntlet back to Humbert the whole entire match. And Humbert's just been answering, but then answering back and breaking Tsitsipas. But it's just been one of those back and forth battles. Some of the rallies, I believe one of the rallies in the tiebreak, it was incredible. Like 22 shot rally, had everything. Amazing shots, amazing lobs, and just amazing volleying. And Humbert's pulled off one of the incredible volley. I believe it was I think it was in that tiebreak as well. It looked like he was going to go on and take it. That was to give him the match points. He had this incredible volley at the net, and Tsitsipas literally just he tried to sprint for it, but couldn't get there. It just killed it dead.
This match is just huge. Look at the bigger picture, not isolating this match on its own. This is a huge match for Tsitsipas, I feel. This tournament, he's been a bit disappointing, isn't he, in the last few, where we thought we could have gone a bit deeper. Obviously, the big one was losing to Cilic when he was up 2 sets.
Yeah, I mean, that was the killer, wasn't it? When we thought...
That was the big catalyst. Like, how was he going to react from that? Like, mentally, is he going to be finished? We showed a lot of promise against Djokovic. I thought that was amazing. You can't really be too harsh on him for losing that one, coming back from 2 sets from the other way around. But this situation, he was on the brink of death.
Yeah.
Similar to the Djokovic one. He's pulled it back, but he didn't want to do what he did against Novak and in that final set sort of bow over.
Well, it was interesting because in the second set here, Humbert, he was the one who was looking more fatigued, and he would look like he was kept on flicking his legs out and stretching his legs. Just looked like he was struggling a little bit. But I was surprised to see him come out and break early in the third set. And obviously now he's got break points again. And I just got a TV just here. Break points again for Humbert. So what a crazy match. We'll talk about that in more detail. Yeah, once it's over, probably.
I hate to burst your bubble, but I think your stream's slightly behind me.
Yeah,
it's 4-3. Tsitsipas has held that serve.
I think it's Amazon, mate. It's not me. They're Amazon. I don't know why they're so far behind. Yeah.
Would you like to share your screen? Maybe we'll go through the results.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I'm just have a look at my sad bracket, shall we say? The one which we're
not going to look at too many of the reds. We're just going to go looking at the results. Don't worry.
Oh, just bear with me one sec.
But to be fair, I've not actually looked at the bracket for most of the day, so I'm not sure where the final standings is. And I'm not just saying that either. Honestly, I've not looked at it.
Let me let's zoom in a bit for the guys. Just good to see a few people in the chat. Davor was asking if we were doing the podcast tonight. So yeah, we made a concerted effort. That's definitely sealed it. We're doing it. So
we've got Thomas Rock here. How we doing, mate? Logan's asking, how good was Richard Gasquet versus Fritz? Well, we're getting on to that very soon.
Another one I watched earlier. What amazing.
That's what saying Fritz has been in bad form.
Everyone warned me and didn't listen, did I? I just still went hoping that the wolf had whispered in his ear. But unfortunately not.
So if you want to go down slightly, obviously they're all the results we've already seen. That was yesterday. The big one, there's one today there, was obviously Struff versus Buster. Buster managed to come through that. I think everyone really anticipated that. Struff was a bit shaky against Bashvili, and Bashvili's been one of the worst players on tour. So if he was going to play anything like that, Buster was always going to take him apart, wasn't he?
He was indeed. Yeah, I mean, it was sort of a close first set, as you can see, and I saw
I think that's
some
just
of
with his serving, though, mate. When he's serving well, Struff, he's always it's going to be difficult not to to break his serve. And then once you have and won the tiebreak, the match was over.
Yeah, I saw the second set, and it looked like a little bit like his shots were just flying off at all different angles, and it's weird that some of the camera angles, though, isn't it? This tournament, you've got one court, it looks like it's been shot from like a bird's eye view. One's like on the ground level, another one's like slightly higher. I don't know what they've done with the whole setup there, but interesting. I quite like the one like when we had at which one was it? It was the UTS, wasn't it? Where they're doing it just behind the players. Quite like that view.
Yeah, the UTS camera angles was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. There was multiple cameramen as well covering everything.
Yeah. I just like it because you can see the speed a lot more. Like people don't really realize how fast tennis players are hitting the ball because you can't really tell from looking at the normal camera angle. But when you see it at that ground level, you really see the pace that they're having to get the balls back at, and that's why I enjoyed that UTS. I thought it made it a little bit more realistic of how you would actually be seeing it through your own eyes if you're on the court, which is always good. I wouldn't be playing at that same level. Probably wouldn't be able to get one of them back off of a Tsitsipas or
Thomas Rock agrees, mate. He sent the first super sticker tonight, so thank you for that, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Like that. And, Logan saying, "Got to get that tennis TV." I've got tennis TV as well. That seems to be the same as Amazon.
No, I think tennis TV is a little bit in front.
Yeah, mate. They need to get up to. How come they're all still behind the gambling companies, though? The gambling companies are the most up to date out of all.
Because the gambling companies, mate, they can't afford to be behind.
It's true. It's true. People betting on 3 points ago. But yeah, let's move on down. Another one sort of said it would happen, and it did. John Millman, he won obviously the tournament in Nur Sultan, and then goes out to Kecmanovic. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Yeah, rightly so. Kecmanovic, really good performance. That's going to be a real interesting match next, though, isn't it?
Mate, it could be a banana skin. It could honestly be a banana skin. Obviously, you know what happened with Alex, his personal life at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen another one.
Well. And there's loads of stuff always in the press. Yeah, go on. You can talk about the recent thing you've seen.
Yeah, I heard there's another ex-girlfriend's come out and made a statement, not naming him, but hinting that he may have done something.
It's becoming a bit like EastEnders at this stage, isn't it?
I know, but then she said apparently that she came out of a hotel or something, beaten and bruised. He was trying to strangle her or with a pillow or something like that.
Gosh.
I know it sounds a little bit strange, but then she just was in disarray out on the street and didn't know what she was doing in disarray. Apparently, sounds very, very horrible. I hope that it's not as bad as it sounds. But yeah, why would people be speaking out otherwise? It's just a little bit worrying, and I just hope that. I hope it's not true, but I hope that no one would make that stuff up either. It's just a bit.
Mate, I'll be honest. I've got Zverev to win against Kecmanovic. I'm not so sure. Like it could easily be a banana skin for him.
Headspace.
If you think about his form, you would think he's easily going to be able to do it. Indoor hardcore. He's been smashing it, mate. Won back-to-back Colognes. Arguably the most informed player right now, besides obviously Andre Rublev.
Yep.
So you'd expect him to beat Kecmanovic. However, all the personal stuff, mate, it's going to have an effect. We've seen it. I think it was last year. In the clay court swing when he was at Rome and stuff like that. He had an easy match there, completely bottled it.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was sort of breaking up with his girlfriend at the time, who's now his ex-girlfriend, who's causing all the same problem. So,
oh no, that one's going to get in his head again. Maybe. See, this is what I was thinking going through, but you sort of just have to trust that he's grown a bit and he's a bit stronger mentally. But we'll find out. Kecmanovic, no easy player to go past, and I reckon he could easily beat Zverev if he's not at the races. He could beat anybody, I think.
Yeah, I think Thomas agrees, mate. He's already showing the little banana emoji.
Yeah, let's keep going down. I didn't watch this match, but predicted it right. Nishioka, closer than I expected, to be honest. Yeah. This match,
mate, the first set, I wasn't expecting him to lose it, and he did. I was a bit disappointed, actually. It was one of the first matches of today, so I was thinking, I'm in for one of them days today.
No, don't.
But yeah, Yoshi got it back. Brilliant player, isn't he? I think he's
incredible.
I do think he's the type of player who does get better as the match goes on. He's got so much stamina.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
and,
definitely
someone
does.
who's been traveling around so much. Obviously, after Roland Garros, he went back to Japan. Then he went back to, I think it was Germany, played in Germany, and now he's back in Paris. And he come out afterwards saying how this, like, he can't operate with the way it's going right now. I was like, but then the way I was thinking it's not going to be like this forever. We just got to wait for all this Corona stuff to go away. But he's having a big effect on him. All this traveling to and fro and all the quarantine periods. And
yeah, I mean,
it's the most challenging time for him ever in tennis. That's how he described it.
Was that what Nishioka said? Is that right?
Nishioka.
Yeah. I heard the same thing was echoed by Stefanos Tsitsipas as well. He said, you got to remember, this is, even though it's not physically as exerting this year, mentally, it's probably one of the toughest years he's had on tour. And just all this stop, start, not knowing whether there's a tournament going on or not knowing where you're going to be next, having to quarantine, all those sort of things, all these new restrictions. And you're always even more in the public eye and more scrutinized for any of your actions now. So have to be super careful.
Yeah, moving down there, Manarino, Lajovic. We both got that one wrong.
I just should trust your gut. It's Manarino's the hardcore. Should have just gone with Manarino, but I thought
I think it's a really close one. It was a bit unlucky of that first set. Sort of tipped the balance. If Lajovic won that, then it'd been a different match, in my opinion.
That one, as I saw a few highlights of Stan the Man. Stan the Man looked very good, didn't he? That backhand, wow, God, he was ripping that, wasn't he? Against everyone.
I think the most encouraging thing is what he said after the match, saying about how people can say he's acknowledged the fact that he's coming to the end of his career. He feels that within himself. However, he wants to make the most sacrifices he can these next 3 years or so because he wants to be able to get all the way to the top again, and he believes he can do that. It's going to be physically and mentally extremely challenging. But how brilliant would it be if he really does dedicate himself to the sport over the next few years, and we see Stan Wawrinka lifting trophies, playing the tennis we know he can play.
Well, we want to see the Stan Slam, don't we? He needs to win Wimbledon.
I think he wants to, though, mate. I think he wants to do something really big before he has like a big send-off to then sort of calm down with his tennis and retire. So don't literally watch his space. That's all I'm going to say with Stan the Man. I think he's going to win something quite big before he retires. One last time.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I love seeing Stan go on one of those runs because when he has a tournament like that, he's unstoppable in a tournament. When everything's firing for Stan, he's a world beater. And you've seen it. He's got 3 Grand Slams. He just needs that Wimbledon one for the Stan Slam. He needs all of them. He just wants that. He wants his whole trophy room complete. There's one section just with a little bit of grass waiting for a trophy.
Mate, he would love it so much.
Yeah, mate, that would be great. I'd love to see him win Wimbledon, but that's the toughest one for him to be able to win for sure.
Yep. Angela there saying Tommy Paul. Simon was an interesting match, and it certainly was.
And that's the next one. We're going to speak about. I watched some of this one. I sort of had it on in the background and was catching bits and pieces. It was so back and forth, this one. I just saw the first set, and Tommy Paul was down. I think he was losing. Then he came back. Then he was losing again. Then in the second set, he sort of took over. Then in the third set, he was 3-0 down and then wins 6 games in a row to win the match. What a bizarre match.
Yeah, I saw it when he won 4 in a row. I was like, what's going on here? How bizarre. And funny enough, we're going to get onto it, but the same happened with Sonego. He was down 3-love and then he won 4 on the bounce to make it 4-3. I was like, what's going on? It's very, very bizarre.
I thought it was the Jill Simon effect again. You never know which one.
This was the Jill Simon effect, but the other way around. And we can see both sides of the Jill Simon.
I didn't want to see both of Wolf's men go out in the same day. I thought, oh, come on. It was both of his guys versus Frenchmen, and you couldn't have both of them going home empty-handed. So, yeah, quite happy. Tommy
This one
Paul,
I'm quite happy with, though, for me, because I picked Tommy Paul. So it was actually good. Some points on the board.
Yeah. I think it's a wise choice as well. But very close match, as we said. If we keep going down, is there any? Gasquet versus Fritz. And what a weird first set. Gasquet came out the block so fast, and Fritz didn't know what hit him. That backhand was pinging off left, right, and centre. It's almost as if he could see where Fritz was going to go every time he was about to hit it, and he'd hit it in the other direction. It was quite great gamesmanship from him. When it's pinging that backhand, he's unstoppable, Gasquet. But yeah, it's that typical Gasquet though. Wins one set easily and loses the next set.
Logan saying the bagel, mate. It's the Gasquet bagel. I went for him. To be fair, I thought Richard could do it. Wasn't sure why, but I just thought, I don't know. I thought he's been playing really good tennis recently. He's been a bit unlucky in some of the results.
It's the France.
Yeah, that too. But I don't know. I just really like Gasquet. I think he's incredible. He's been a bit unlucky with the fact that in Antwerp he was leading, lost the match. I think it was it Dimonor?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
It's happened the last two or three he's lost where he's been up a break in the final set as well and just not been able to keep hold of it. I think with Fritz, for me, he's not someone who I look at as like a mental fortress. So I feel like if Gasquet was ever going to be getting the lead, he would always keep hold of it and win the match. And a really interesting statistic as well is Gasquet against Schwartzman, obviously going to be his next match. He's never lost.
Wow.
So they've played each other 3 times, beat him 3 times. The last time they played, it was a role reversal as well. And Gasquet was 10th and Schwartzman was 30th. So now, obviously, roles have been reversed and Gasquet's 30th and Schwartzman's 10th. So we'll see what happens. I think Schwartzman's going to be a big favourite. He's just got better and better, isn't he, every year?
I mean,
should be fresh. Gasquet, he's got the head-to-head.
He took the week off for a reason, though, Schwartzman. So you expect the best Schwartzman to be coming back and firing against Gasquet. But Gasquet's got the ability to cause an upset, whoever he's playing, really. As long if that game's playing his game, and that backhand's going, it's just all about that backhand.
Well, I remember in the Challenger Tour, he was the most promising player ever to grace the sport of tennis, really. If you look at the statistics, he was winning challenges before most people. There's a lot of comparison between him and Alcaraz outbreaking through. Gasquet won more than what Alcaraz did at this stage. I think even Rafael Nadal as well. So he was such a promising tennis player. Never really lived up to it.
It's another level, Rafa, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bringing them into the same discussion. Just bear with me 1 second. I just want to grab a note that I just made earlier.
Yeah, no worries. Logan saying Diego just beat Rafa for the first time this year, so why not Richard as well? Yeah, exactly. You'd expect Diego to win. I'm just stating the fact that on paper he's never done it before, but I think this year he should be okay.
Yeah, that's it. Records are there to be broken, aren't they, JG? So we know that it's sort of like tennis maths doesn't really mean anything. Any player on their day can beat any other player. And
I'm excited to hear your note now.
No, I was just making some notes throughout the day just because I was watching a few of the matches and they were just saying some interesting things. I thought it's just something, well, we've gone past one of the matches already. So that's a bit useful. But if we can come back to it, it's still playing. Humbert versus Tsitsipas. There's some interesting statistics there because they're both obviously the same age. They're both 22 years old, which is crazy because you think Tsitsipas, obviously number 6 in the world. And Humbert, what is he, number 34, around there, 38, something like that. But then his career trajectory, is that the right word?
Yeah.
That is going like a year behind Tsitsipas. So he's like next gen winner. But then the next year, it's Ugo Humbert. And then it's sort of like he's just the 1 year behind him, even though they're the same age. But don't forget, Tsitsipas, he's Nitto final winner in London last year, and I'm not sure if we're not going to see, or if Ugo Humbert, he's obviously can't win it this year, but that's going to take him a little bit of a longer period to be able to get up to that level. But I thought it was quite interesting that they actually met in the juniors, but then Tsitsipas beat him in straight sets.
For me, I think that the only thing with this, though, I know what you're saying. Like, he just seems to be a year behind. I think making that jump from where Humbert is right now to Tsitsipas, that is the hardest jump in tennis to get to that next level. And then it's probably even harder yet again to get from, say, Tsitsipas to what a team is, like actually going all the way and winning a slam.
Yes.
So Humbert's got a lot to do yet. But the way he's going, the way he's improved this year,
it's amazing.
Were talking about it not that long ago. We did a podcast on it, and then he ended up going to win Antwerp.
Yep.
He's in form, mate. He's in form, playing the best tennis of his career, only getting better. And right now, he looks very neck and neck with Tsitsipas, and there's not much in it at all, if anything.
Yeah, no, it's literally.
And you could say he probably is a bit harsh. He's a bit hard done by with the fact that he's not already in the locker room, considering he had 3 match points.
Definitely is hard done by, because don't forget, it was the double fault which pretty much gifted the Tsitsipas the route back into the match. So it's just such a common occurrence, isn't it? We saw Dan Evans doing the same thing against Humbert. He had the match points and
Logan there just reminding us that Ugo's already won 2 tournaments this year.
Exactly. So this is what I mean. Everybody's focus is on Andre Rublev. Don't forget Ugo Humbert. He's also doing his own thing as well, and he's winning tournaments. And it might be 2 this year, might be more next year. And
I reckon so.
Yeah, I think so as well. He's just that little year behind. It takes some people slightly longer to get into their stride, but I think he's super promising for next year. And even it was funny, even they were saying, one of the commentators was just saying, I bought stock in Humbert a few years ago, and now I think I'm going to be reaping the rewards next year or something like that. So I thought it was quite interesting from our chat on the other pod, talking about who we had stock in. So we're obviously speaking about Schwartzman there. That was the other thing, which was interesting. Obviously, there's the race for London and the Nitto finals. We've got Schwartzman. He has to reach the final in this tournament to be guaranteed the place in London. But Berrettini, obviously, who we'll get on to, he has to win the whole entire event to qualify for London.
Which is possible. I like Berrettini's draw, and it's only going to do him the world of good, I feel, if Tsitsipas goes out. I think Tsitsipas, I don't know, I feel like he's someone who will beat Berrettini, but then Berrettini has a better chance against him. But you know the way tennis works sometimes.
Well, it looks like it looks like it's going to be 3 tie breaks in this match, though. So, God, no harder match, is it? Like that's one of those epic 3-hour-long ridiculous.
Well, let's see if we can catch most of it. Let's go down and try and get through some of these results.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we can even touch on some of that tiebreak as well whilst it's going on.
So, look, Sonego there.
Yeah.
You didn't think he could do it, but you just didn't believe in him, mate.
What do I know, eh? What do I know? I don't know nothing. Lorenzo Sonego.
I think that's a crime, mate. I think that's a crime going against Sonego there.
Yeah, I think so as well. I felt bad. As soon as I saw him performing, I just thought, what did you do? Why did you do that? Come on. Public, really?
I'm not going to let you off the hook there that easy. I think that's a really poor choice from you, Ben.
I just think it is a poor choice. I'm completely hands up and just say that was a terrible selection. This is somebody who just beat Djokovic, Dan Evans, all these other players, just went close with Rublev-ish in the final.
Don't even like tennis, mate. He's only doing it for the money.
Yeah, he just liked as an underarm serve. That's it. So, yeah, he went through. But he's going to be
Kev, that was very easy.
Yeah, see, we thought it might be him retiring, and it isn't. It's Big Kev going through, and look who's going to be playing again. Medvedev. Medvedev's thinking, oh, come on, give me a break. Really? Do I have to play Kevin Hansen again? And probably Kevin Hansen be fancying his chances in that one, I would have thought, after just beating him in the last tournament.
Man, I think Medvedev's going to get revenge, though, surely.
Has to, surely. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Especially Anderson had a longer week than him last week. So, well, it's going to be interesting anyway. We had any other matches? Oh, yeah.
Oh, Berrettini, he's playing right now against Giron. That's another match that's going on, and Giron leads 5-4, but they're on serve.
Okay. So it's fairly even. This one was really close match, which was Humbert. I didn't. I
got that one wrong. I went for Sangren.
Oh, it was close enough, wasn't it? I mean, 7-6 in the final set. Couldn't get much closer, could it?
So, yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up, really. I didn't catch much of the match, so I can't really comment on it too much. I don't know if anyone else did.
I didn't really catch any of this match, I have to say, but I would say it was the fans helped him over the line at the in the tiebreak, but we know that's not the case.
If anything, I just think it makes it easier now for Raonic. I don't see Raonic slipping up against her, but he dispatched Bedeni very, very easily. That's probably the most comfortable match of today, I would say.
No, I thought the most comfortable match was your dark horse. He went through with a walkover.
Oh, yeah, well, that was more comfortable, but it doesn't really count.
But yeah, as we know, Moutet tested positive for coronavirus. So he is out of the tournament, removed from any of the quarantine bases and just shipped somewhere where he can't give it to anyone else. So
the thing is, though, I don't understand about that is obviously Moutet's just played Caruso. Yeah. Are you telling me Caruso's not been interacting with any other players, or telling me Moutet's not been interacting with any of the other players in the locker room or at all? They must have.
I'm hoping they're actually locked down to or segregated.
I don't think they are though, mate. I don't think it's that strict from what I've heard. So for me, I feel like it's just a bit bizarre. Like if you're just going to kick him out of the tournament, you have to kick him out. You just tested positive for coronavirus, but I find it hard to believe that there's not going to be other people who are positive of coronavirus there. Surely.
No, it would make sense. Well, I hope not as well. I don't think that's a very good omen for the whole tournament. But Marin Cilic, he goes through, and I was reading an interesting article earlier today, and he was actually, I think he did an interview with some magazine or something like that, and he was just saying, do not count me out for the rest of I'm 32, but I can still produce the form on the biggest stage to win the biggest competitions. And he reckons that he has another run at winning even another Grand Slam.
Mate, for me, Cilic and Stan Wawrinka, I put them in the same group.
Yeah,
I think
for
they
sure.
both can raise their level and take it to the next level and win big things. Obviously, Davidovic is a huge Cilic fan. He's saying that he's going to go all the way and beat Tsitsipas or Humbert, which looks like it's going to be Humbert because he's currently 6-2 up in the tiebreak.
He was 6-3 up in the second set tiebreak. That's not a...
Yeah, so Logan there saying 4 match points to Humbert.
Yeah,
crazy.
Wow.
It looks like I don't know. It's hard to say. He's just lost one of them, so it's 6-3 currently.
All right, stop spoiling it. I'm behind. No, I'm just... But anyway, yeah, crazy. So he's gone ahead in another tiebreak, and yeah, you'd fancy Cilic's chances against either of those, to be honest. But then, especially being so fresh now, doesn't have to play, and he can just be there, just chilling out, just letting his muscle.
With that, Humbert wins. So Humbert is just knocked off. Knocked out. Sorry, not knocked off.
Killed him. Wow.
Humbert has knocked out Stefanos Tsitsipas.
And there you go, just like that. And
so that's all going to be read out, all that line.
So yeah, well, it's yeah, great.
Good down here, is it?
Unfortunately, this was where it was all going to go wrong for me because I had my dark horse, Hugo Humbert, playing my main pick, Tsitsipas, in his first match. So I'm hoping Hugo Humbert goes all the way now and wins the tournament. So,
is that everything? Is there any more down?
No, that's it. That's right at the bottom of the bottom of the draw. Should we go back and have a look to see who is leading? I mean, it's probably not going to be updated with that result.
It'll be interesting to see.
Let's go and have a look.
Hopefully, I'm
53 members now.
Top 5 would be nice. Also, while we're doing it, I'll just put the link in. Or you can. Do you have the link there handy, Ben?
Don't know.
If not, I'll find it. I can load it up. Not to worry. Yeah, so I'll stick the link in the chat right now. So if anyone wants to join, follow this link. It's free to join. Bit of fun. You can't join obviously the Paris one because it's kicked off. But for the next event, whether it's I think it's probably the O2 or Sofia or whatever, you can join the league and see how well you do and get on.
Wow.
But looking there, it looks like Harry Carrillo's still top.
Yeah, he's smashing it, isn't he? Wow. Look at JG there. Yeah. He's there in 5th. Look, 20. How many correct selections? 19 correct selections so far. That's pretty impressive, JG, I have to say. If we have a quick look down the list, let's see. John Nartley has fallen off a bit there. That's a bit sad to see.
We've got Footfault there in 7th, 12 travel 21. He's joint with me.
Wow.
Nadal Goat. Love Nadal Goat. Brilliant name. 11th. Vamos Rafa, another one of the Rafa fans. And there he is.
Up to 11th
as well.
I was 23rd about an hour ago, so something must have gone in my favour. Let's have a look at the full standings. Yeah, we've got to have a look at the.
We need to see who's bottom.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. You read my mind. Come on, let's go down all the way.
Jack's there, 20th.
Jackson 20th. Haven't heard from Jax after the Rublev song. Waiting to hear Jax's thoughts on the Rublev song. Melez down there. Oh no, Melez. What's going on?
Having a mare.
And still Chris Meir. No,
Gosh.
Chris Meir. Having a mare. Chris Meir, we'll call him from now on.
Yeah, no, not looking good for him at all. But there's still plenty to go.
Yeah, this
doesn't matter where you are right now. If you can predict the semi-finalist or finalist or even the winner, you'll shoot right up there. You get like more points as the tournament progresses. So
I think it just updated, mate. Now Paul Townsend's gone to the top of the leaderboard, and Harry Carrillo has been toppled off the top. What's going on?
Oh, so Paul must have gone for Humbert then.
Must have, if that was the one that's just finished. So crazy. Yeah, fantastic though. Ugo Humbert, and now obviously Berrettini. He's going to be the last match of the day. It looks like, isn't it? And he's they're on serve right now. I know Geron's trying to force a tie break. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. See how Berrettini gets on. Hopefully he goes through because I've got him going. I think all the way to the semis, maybe.
I think you do. Yeah. I think you're right. I'll just have a check of your one quickly.
I'm pretty sure it was like semi-finals. I got Berrettini going
versus Medvedev.
Gosh.
So it's gonna have to get past Raonic. Although it's still possible. I still can see it happening. I can still see him getting past Medvedev if he was to get that far. If Medvedev can get past not Khachanov, Anderson. I just saw the name Khachanov and just read it.
So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. We've done a quick overview of all today's matches. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We'll be back probably tomorrow. I don't know. In lockdown, there's not much else to do, so we'll be doing our daily podcast. Hopefully we'll get a live watch along towards the end of the week for the quarterfinals. I think that'll be Friday. And then, of course, the Saturday and Sunday, we'll be covering the semis and the final.
That's it. Clear your diaries.
Yeah, make sure you're there, guys. And like the video if you've not already. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow.